mean, I invest in as much stuff that can help me make money as I can. So let's talk about what a client council is, how you set it up, and how everyone here can do this, because this idea is brilliant. And I think if all of you create this and do this, it is just huge. So what is this client council thing?
When was your very first platinum meeting? January of what? Was it 02?
Yeah, we started it in 2001, and then we,
So at your very first platinum meeting, you gave us this assignment to go home and use whatever criteria we wanted to use, whether it was, transaction value, frequency of, cleaning, whatever it was, but to find out who the top, our very top clients were. That there was just going to be, whatever criteria we used, to just find out who those clients are. And for me, I used it was primarily, transaction value. And I found out that I had like these 35 clients out of all of my, 500-600 at the time, that these guys were my very best clients. So like, every time we went out, their bill was over $1,000, and they used me really regular. And like, what else was really interesting is like, we'd always get to their house, unlike the Harley dude, we'd get to these people's house and look at the carpet and go like, gosh, it doesn't look dirty at all, but they do maintenance cleaning. They wanted to keep it looking nice. And so when I found out who these 35 people were, what I was like, well, gosh, man, these guys, they give me all kinds of money, more money than anybody else in my business. Out of the 500-600 people at the time, these were the top ones. And not only that, they were the ones that were the most enjoyable for us to go out and work for and stuff. They were like the best clients. And so I put this letter together and just said that, I've been doing some research. I found out that you are one of my very best clients, and the kind of client that we talk about here in the office, and the kind of client that when you call in, my secretary's like, oh, Jenny called and like, can't wait to go out and, see her again, And, I wrote on this letter and said, what I'd like to do is I'm going to form this thing that's called my client council. And because you're one of my very best clients, I want to invite you to be a part of this group. And there's only going to be like 35 of you. But every time that I'm thinking of adding a new service or doing a promotion in my business, what I'd like to do is I'd like to run it by you and get your input on this. And if you would like to be a part of this, all I need is to have you just shoot me an email or call our office. Just let us know that you would like to be a part of this. And the really cool thing is it's going to make sure that you're always getting exactly what you want from my company. So this is going to be a win-win deal for both of us. All 35 of those people responded. All 35 of them thought that was a great idea. They wanted to be a part of this client council because it was going to be a big benefit to them too. And
you didn't call it that at first.
I did. Well, I called it the client council, but I didn't even really know what was going to come of it or anything like that.
Right.
And so I kicked the whole thing off by inviting these people. I invite them to a pizza house in my local area and stuff. And out of the 35, about half of them actually showed up. Some of them couldn't make it and stuff, and they showed up with their families, and then I bought everybody pizza that night. And like you mentioned yesterday, some of these people, they found out like, oh my gosh, they knew each other, and they're like, I didn't know you were Kevin's clients too. And so we kicked this whole thing off, and we just had a really great discussion that night, and they told me what they thought was the good things about my business and what was the not so good things that they thought I could improve upon. And what's so interesting is now, everything I do is all about communicating with the people who come to me for whatever it is.
Right.
And making sure that I'm giving them exactly what they want, because people will tell you what they want and what they want to buy, what they want from you, and if you respond and give them what they want, they're usually so blown away. They're like, oh my God, he listened to me. That when you say, okay, well you said you wanted this, and here now I've got it put together, of course they're going to come and buy. You gave them exactly what they told you that they wanted. And so I learned that lesson many years ago. But so we had this dinner and stuff, and like I said, kicked this whole program off. And what was so interesting is I started running this thing in my monthly newsletter called the Client Counsel Corner, and we started doing extra stuff for them. You know, they would get bigger discounts on cleaning, and of course my employees at the time, they were like really concerned about this because, you know, these were our best clients, and now if we gave them extra discounts, now they're, you know, my employees were like paid on commission, so they thought that like they're going to lose out on money and like working for these best clients anyways. But what actually happened is these people started using us more. They started spending more money on their average transaction went up, and they started referring more people. And so it wasn't like, I mean, I could give them all kinds of, you know, bonuses and discounts and all this, and it was like nothing could stop them at this point from spending more, referring more, and just using our services a whole lot more than they did before this whole client counsel thing.
Can I make a point about that? We all have a group of people that are our happiest, most active clients, and those people are your happiest, most active clients and buy the most stuff from you because they perceive what they're getting from you to have a tremendous amount of value. What are you trying to do? You trying to bother me? What, you just want to hang out? You want to come up here, Lisa? Okay. Oh my God, look at this, Kevin. Do you remember what's on here?
No. But it had to be pretty good.
It had to be
it's
pretty good.
like what we're doing right now.
Yeah, you know, at my office, we discovered a shelf filled with secrets every carpet cleaner should know. A closer look at Kevin Thompson's unusual story of rags to riches in the cleaning business and how you can easily copy his amazing formula for success. An exclusive interview with Joe Polish. So this is the interview that we did together. And I, for the life of me, cannot frickin' remember what the hell we even talked about. We have a box of it. We don't have enough for everyone? Oh. Oh. Well, they're all screwed then, basically. Okay. No, for only $400, you can have this CD. But wait, there's more. God, yeah, this completely threw me off. Is Patty Mar here, by the way? I've not seen her back here, so it's no big deal. All right, so if you could do me a favor and take me back to what the heck I was just talking about before I grabbed this CD from Melissa.
Now you threw me off track too.
What was I saying to him? I wanted to make a point. Oh, yes. Thank you. When your best clients are buying from you all the time, they actually are receiving and perceiving more value from you. Buying something doesn't satiate the urge for buying when what you're buying is valuable to you. It excites the urge. All right, this is really subtle, but it's important. Buying doesn't satiate the urge, it excites the urge. So when you get someone that buys something from you and they're happy that they're giving you money because they're receiving value, guess what? By the mere act of buying it from you, they want to buy more. It's exciting to them. It's value. You know, when you're giving money to something that you really like and it's making your life better in some way, shape, or form, do you want to stop? No. I mean, that's why it's hard to quit eating like Pringles or something. But it's not the same thing. That's not what I'm talking about. And so,
well, you know, that first conference of yours that I came to in '99, and I was starting to figure some stuff out, but was still struggling and stuff. And you suggested to me that I get in your coaching program, which at that time, it was the one you were doing with Jeff Smith, the 2X+1 coaching program. And I think it was, I don't know, $247 or $297
$247 a month.
Or whatever. And even, you know, to commit to that, for me, to commit to $247 a month, I mean, heck, to spend the money to come down to that dang seminar was a huge commitment for me and a stretch because I had to leave my business, you know, the money I invested to come to the seminar, plus the airfare, the hotel, all that. And then Joe tells me about this coaching program. And I'm like, well, how long do I need to be in that for? And he looks at me, he's like, well, forever, you know. And
it's a continuity program.
And so I did. I joined this coaching program. And at that time, like I said, $247 a month, that was a stretch. That was a serious stretch. But I was like, man, I've got to get this money back. You know, so I was getting on all these calls, And I'm like, you know, I'm just taking all this stuff in. I'm like, I gotta, you know, do what they're telling me to do. And I did start getting my money back. And then when you offered the platinum program, which, you know,